Project Management. Terms and Definitions. Course 6. A. Accountability refers to being responsible for decisions associated with a project or task. Alignment, reaching agreement between two or more parties. Artifact, a project management document. B. Behavioral questions. In an interview, these questions ask the interviewee to share an example when they had to practice a particular skill. Benchmarking refers to evaluating success against a standard. Benefits, the expected gains of a project. Beta distribution, PERT, a three-point estimation formula that takes into account that the most likely case is more likely to occur, so it gives it more weight. Budget, an estimate of the amount of money allocated to complete the project. C. Closed-ended question, a type of question that can be answered with a single response, like yes or no and true or false. Coalition, a temporary alliance or partnering of individuals or groups in order to achieve a common purpose or to engage in a joint activity. Confidence level rating, an indication of confidence in an estimate's accuracy. Conger's 4 steps, refers to J.A. Conger's 4-step approach to effectively persuade and influence another person to consider new ideas, establish credibility, frame for common ground, provide evidence, and connect emotionally. Constructive criticism, a respectful form of feedback that is intended to help the recipient improve a piece of work. Costs, the money spent on project tasks as well as prices of things like time, resources, and labor. D. Deliverables, specific tasks and tangible outcomes that enable the team to meet project goals. Dependency, a relationship between two project tasks, where the start or completion of one depends on the start or completion of the other. Domain knowledge, knowledge of a specific industry, topic, or activity. E. Effort estimate, the actual time it takes to complete a task. Empathy, the ability to understand and feel what others are feeling. Elevator pitch, a quick professional summary of yourself. Evaluation, the act of observing, measuring, and then comparing findings to a set of agreed-upon criteria. Evaluation indicator, the specific type of data that needs to be collected to help answer an evaluation question. Evaluation presentation, a presentation that examines how well your project is working according to a set of standards. Evaluation question, a key question about the outcomes, impact, and/or effectiveness of a project or program. Executive summary, a few sentences to a paragraph that describe a project's purpose and outcome, provides an overview of the main points of a larger report. F. Factual questions, in an interview, these questions aim to assess the interviewee on knowledge of basic project management skills. G. Good product hygiene, refers to compiling all links and documentation into one place for historical purposes. H. Hypothetical questions, in an interview, these questions present a scenario to assess the interview on how they would go about working through that experience. I. Impact report, a presentation guided by a deck or slideshow that shows key stakeholders the value that's been added by the project. Influence, refers to how much power a stakeholder has and how much their actions affect the project outcome. Interest, refers to how much the stakeholder's needs will be affected by project operations and outcomes. K. Key accomplishments, the section of the executive summary that discusses which activities, tasks, and milestones helped your project find success. L. Lessons learned, the section of the executive summary that discusses potential improvements and how future processes will be changed for the better. M. Micromanaging, refers to when a manager too closely observes, controls, or continuously reminds the people they're managing of the work they've been assigned. Milestones, important points within the schedule that indicate progress. Must likely estimate, an estimate for a task that assumes some issues might occur based on how long the task usually takes under normal circumstances. Multiple choice question, a closed-ended question that has several answer choices. Mutual benefit, refers to when all parties involved gain some kind of benefit or advantage. Mutually beneficial agreement, an agreement that benefits all parties involved. O. Objective criteria, standards by which something can be judged based on neutral information like market value, research findings, previously documented experience, or laws and regulations. Objectives and key results, OKRs, a combination of a goal and a metric to determine a measurable outcome. One-pager, a one-page document that provides an overview of your project. Open-ended question, a type of question that requires more than a one-word answer, asks respondents to answer in their own words. Optimistic estimate, an estimate for a task that assumes the best-case scenario or that issues will not occur. Out of scope, details that are not included in the project plan and don't contribute to the project's goal. Overhead, the business expenses not directly attributed to creating a product or service. P. Pessimistic estimate, an estimate for a task that assumes the worst-case scenario or that issues will definitely occur. Power interest grid, a chart that provides clarity about whom to prioritize and how best to approach negotiations with each stakeholder. Project charter, a formal document that clearly defines the project and outlines the necessary details to reach the project's goals. Project Closeout Report, a document created by project managers for project managers, future project managers, and anyone interested in the project elements and artifacts. Project Goals, the desired results of the project. Project Plan, documentation that defines the scope, tasks, milestones, budget, and overall activities in order to keep the project on track. Project Summary, a brief overview of the project that outlines the project goals. Project Tasks, activities that need to be accomplished within a set period of time. Project Vision, the section of the executive summary that specifies the need the project is fulfilling. Q. Quality Assurance, a review process that evaluates whether the project is moving toward delivering a high-quality service or product, also known as QA. Quality Control, the techniques that are used to ensure quality standards are maintained when a problem is identified, also known as QC. Quality Management Plan, documentation of all the information needed to effectively manage quality throughout the project life cycle, defines the policies, processes, and criteria for project quality as well as the roles and responsibilities for carrying them out. Quality Planning, the process that the project manager or team establishes and follows for identifying and determining exactly which standards of quality are relevant to the project as a whole and how to satisfy them. Quality Standards, the requirements and specifications that a product or service must meet in order to be considered successful by the organization and the customer. R. Retrospective, a workshop or meeting that gives project teams time to reflect on a project. S. Scaled Question, a closed-ended question that provides more than two options and asks the respondent to rate their answers on a scale. Scope, the boundaries of the project. Slide-based presentation, a series of digital slides used to visually present information. Smart Action Item, a task that is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Smart Goals, goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Stakeholder Analysis, a visual representation of all stakeholders. Stakeholder Management, the process of maintaining good relationships with the people who have the most influence on one's work. STAR Method, a way of organizing a response to an interview question following a story-like structure, stands for situation, task, action, and result. Storytelling, the process of turning facts into narrative to communicate something to an audience. Summary Sheet, a 1 or 2 page write-up with just the most relevant information. Survey, a tool used to evaluate and measure the quality of a project's process, goal, or deliverable. Survey Question, a question designed to collect data that can help answer evaluation questions. Synthesizing, refers to gathering information from multiple sources and using those points to help form an analysis. T. 3-point estimating, a technique used to help determine the most realistic time estimate for a task. Time estimation, a prediction of the total amount of time required to complete a task. Total duration estimate, an effort estimate plus any other factors, like getting approvals, prep work, testing, and so on. Triangular distribution, a 3-point estimation formula in which the weight of each estimate is identical, meaning the most likely case does not affect the final estimate more than the optimistic or pessimistic estimates.